Mohammad Yassin runs a clothes shop. The last 2 years have seen his sales plummet, a side effect of Pakistan's worsening economic situation. But he cast his ballot in the recent general elections with a sense of optimism.
I voted in these elections with good intentions that God saves this country and the new government does good things. We have suffered a lot during the last years because of protests and strikes. Our businesses have been destroyed.
And Yassin isn't the only one who voted with the economy front and center.
I have cast my ballot with optimism that the new government will bring a prudent economic policy. It will tackle the problem of unemployment. Our youth have degrees, but they have no jobs.
First of all, we need to improve our economy. We need to focus on education and health. Also, we need to ease our debt burden.
Inflation in Pakistan is currently at 28% and economic growth is low. The budget and current account deficits are pushing the country to borrow more. Almost 80% of the country's revenues go to interest payments. In July, Pakistan struck a $3 billion deal with the International Monetary Fund to avoid a potential default.
It is very likely that when the new government comes, Pakistan will have to go for a 3-year IMF program called Extended Fund Facility because there is a huge gap between Pakistan's external payments and what we get through our remittances and exports.
This means the incoming government has its work cut out. People were hoping the February 8 elections would deliver results that might lead to some semblance of stability.
With the hung parliament, it is almost certain that Pakistan will have a coalition government. This means building consensus on key issues will be challenging, something that could only deepen the country's economic troubles.
And Yassin may have to wait a little longer before business starts to boom. Kamran Yusuf, TRT World, Islamabad.
Let's bring in Bilawal Suhag now. He's an economic and energy expert for the Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He joins us now live from Karachi. Thank you for joining us. So the new Prime Minister in Pakistan will have a very difficult task after years of political instability in the country, but also a very serious economic crisis. Can you just help us understand, first of all, what are the main priorities that a new Prime Minister should really tackle?
So the political instability in Pakistan is going on for 2 years now, and it is expected that the new coalition government will form the new government in the next PM. So it's going to be very uphill task for the next PM to take unpopular decisions and to be in deal with the IMF, because we know we are currently in the IMF agreement. So it's really going to be very much difficult task for the new government. Because the government has to take unpopular decisions. Pakistan's economy is in a struggling phase, and the government need to take certain decisions. So the main priority areas again would be to deal with the energy security, to deal with the political instability, to look after the food insecurity that country is currently facing.
Okay, so energy security, food insecurity, and on the first point, do you think oil prices increasing further, will this impact the economy further? Can you help us understand the energy sector and how it looks now in Pakistan?
See, this is a very interesting observation. So Pakistan is an energy importing country. Pakistan nearly imports about 60% of its total energy consumption from abroad. So it's a very clear, and energy prices have serious implications for the Pakistan economy. So we are currently seeing that the textile sector is really growing over the recent hike in power tariff, and they have warned the government that 50% of the textile production is on the verge of shutting down, which will seriously hamper the exports of the Pakistan, and again the balance of payment crisis will restart in Pakistan. So subsequently from the residential side, the cost of living has increased substantially. People are finding it very difficult to afford the bills of utilities and then subsequently pay for the basic necessities to live in Pakistan. So it's really an uphill task for next government to take unpopular decisions and deal with the cost of living problem in the Pakistan.
Right, and quickly, one last question. Pakistan has received yet another bailout from the International Monetary Fund. That's the 23rd since 1958. How do we know that this one is going to work out and really help the economy?
The IMF program is not going to help Pakistan to recover from the troubles it's in currently. But see, it's just a symptomatic treatment of the economy. So we have to pay the debt, and we don't have the enough money to pay out. So we just buy another debt to pay the previous debt. So it will go on, and what we really need is the structural reforms, the structural changes in the economy. We need to restructure our debt. We need to swap debt into the climate financing, etc., to reduce our burden on the economy. So again, when we come to the IMF question, so this is not the last IMF program that Pakistan is going to be in. So 24th is just in the corner, and very soon we will be seeing that Pakistan would be going into another IMF program to deal with its economic woes.